Deb Kirk loves her work.
Okay, let's go.
And she loves her life here high in the hills of Golden, Colorado. At 58, she's climbed 53 of Colorado's 58 tallest peaks. But in 2007, she nearly lost her life when she fell off a cliff.
I was like, I have a horrible head injury.
Several surgeries later, she says she couldn't tolerate the opioid pain meds.
Did they make you feel loopy?
Absolutely loopy. And it didn't seem like it really fixed the pain.
Her surgeon suggested she try weed.
I was like, well, if he's telling me.
Deb says at bedtime she takes a quarter of a gummy with a low dose, 1% of THC. That's what causes the high, combined with CBD, and says it's helped her get back on her feet and even cope with the anxiety of the pandemic. Despite the fact that more than half of the states have made medical marijuana legal, there is a stunning lack of scientific data about the appropriate dose, strength, and effectiveness of cannabis for particular ailments.
Was it trial and error for you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Just step on in.
Alrighty.
Which is why she's happy to take part in one of a series of innovative studies being conducted at the University of Colorado, Boulder, on the effects of legal cannabis on anxiety and stress.
It seems crazy that more than half the states have at this point made it legal in some way, and yet the scientific literature could really fill this notebook.
It's true.
We feel the same way. There are risks, there are benefits. What are they?
But doing that research has been tough. Federal law categorizes marijuana as a Schedule I drug, like heroin. So university researchers can't buy pot, even in states where it's legal, and study it.
The University of Colorado Boulder could lose all of its federal support for student aid, right?
That's exactly right.
But this team figured out a workaround. If cannabis couldn't be brought to the lab would go to the cannabis with a so-called cannavan. They show us how it works. Before Deb takes her gummy, the team evaluates her.
You're very good.
An hour later, she returns for more testing.
We're really looking at the real world and how people use these products.
Results to come.
Gummy, where you go?
But even in marijuana-friendly Colorado, Deb is still concerned about speaking out.
I was afraid of all the things that I want to get rid of. The judgment, the stigma, fear of what other people would think. So
How many of the people you work with know that you, in fact, use marijuana?
I would say a handful.
And now, more.
And now more.
Cynthia McFadden, NBC News, Golden, Colorado.
Up next.